Corsair Force MP600 1TB SSD opinion. Gen 4 SSDs are slowly trickling into the marketplace, and Corsair is one of the first out of the gate with the Force MP600 drive. At the heart of the Force MP600 is one of Physon's PS5016E16 controllers, the world's first Gen 4 X4 controller, and at the time of writing, the only Gen 4 controller. The 8-channel controller looks after, in the case of the 1TB drive, 4 packages of Toshiba's latest BICS 496 Layer 3D TLC NAND. There is also 1 GB of DDR2400 cache. Official sequential figures for the 1TB drive are up to an impressive 4,950 MB per second and 4,250 MB per second for read and writes respectively. Using the ADO 3.5 benchmark, we couldn't quite match that read figure with the review drive producing a figure of 4,717 MB per second. However, the tested write result of 4,418 MB per second was some 168 MB per second faster than the official write figure. With our own sequential tests, we could better both official figures, the drive producing figures of 5,024.08 MB per second, QD32, and 324.88 MB per second, QD16, for read and writes respectively. In terms of random 4K performance, the official performance figures are up to 680,000 IOPS for reads and 600,000 IOPS for writes. With our 4-threaded tests, we couldn't get close to those maximums with the drive. The fastest speeds we saw using our own 4K tests were 370,900 IOPS, QD32, for reads and 174,920 IOPS, QD8, for writes. We then tested the drive, again at a QD of 32 but this time with 8 threads, and got a read figure of 551,626 IOPS with writes at 481,324 IOPS, still far short of the official maximum figures. The closest we came to the official maximums was with the peak performance profile test in Crystal Disk Mark 7, which produced a read figure of 635,500 IOPS with writes at 561,841 IOPS. To prevent the drive from overheating when dealing with heavy workloads, it uses a well-designed aluminum heatsink. If you have a motherboard which has its own cooling system for M.2 drives, no problem, as the heatsink can be easily removed from the drive, just by releasing 4 clips, a nice touch that. It's a very quick drive that, thanks to its hefty heatsink, looks the part, but to get the full benefit of all that performance offered by the PCI 4.0 interface, you need to install it in a motherboard supporting a combination of an X570 chipset and an AMD Ryzen 3000 series processor. Installing it in any other motherboard will see it working at Gen 3 X4. We found the 1TB Corsair Force MP600 for $290. Plus Gen 4 X4 SSD. Sequential performance. Well-designed heatsink. Endurance. Minus. Needs a X570/Ryzen 3000 combination to get the full benefit of the technology. Tested 4K performance couldn't match the official maximum figures. Price.